Do you feel like you can't catch your breath in your busy life? It's easy to get buried under endless tasks, but imagine if you had a system, one that sets clear boundaries, prioritizes what actually matters, and keeps you from drowning in an overflowing inbox. In these next moments, let us uncover 7 straightforward hacks that turn hectic chaos into a balanced, fulfilling routine. So many times we are forced to juggle 20 things at once. Emails flying in, personal errands just piling up, and family just waiting for your attention. Very often we feel that we're barely keeping it together. I've definitely been there as well, and in this video I'll share 7 down-to-earth balance techniques that I use that can help you excel at work and still have time for everything else. Are you ready to trade that survival mode for genuine thriving? Let's go. Let's start with the one we so often dread: boundaries. Boundaries are your personal guardrails. If you never define a moment to step away from work, tasks bleed into every spare minute. Your phone pings at midnight, your mind races, and you never switch off. I once tried responding to emails at all hours, telling myself that I was just being proactive, right? In reality, I was burning out. Once I decided after a certain hour I'm done, no more work messages, I regained mental space and just even slept better. And that hour differed every day. I would progressively start long on Monday and move earlier that time towards the end of the week. That gave me more control over it, and knowing that Mondays are primarily for work, but towards the end of the week I dedicate much more time to family and friends. You can start small, maybe a single evening a week. You can just unplug from your job, or pick midday Saturday as pure family time. You'll see how your mind unwinds if you force a clear cutoff. It helps you just not think about anything else. Then ruthlessly prioritize. In a sea of to-dos, only a handful actually push your goals forward. Everything else is either nice to have or just downright busy work. The trick is discerning which tasks truly count. I learned that the biggest gains come from focusing on a few pivotal actions. Being busy doesn't mean you're productive. Sometimes we use busyness to mask confusion about what really matters. We don't prioritize because we just can't. Everything seems so urgent, right? So each morning or each week, identify your top 2 or 3 must-dos. If you can choose, write them down and specify the outcome and the value it brings. Then compare all of them. Give them prime attention. Delegate or postpone the lesser stuff, just everything else. That's how you create the real impact instead of an endless hustle. The most successful people say no way more often than they say yes. And that's the power of prioritization. They just shield their focus. Detailed weekly planning and midweek adjustments. On Sunday night, I do a quick 20-minute session. Okay, Monday morning is for Project X, the afternoon is admin, Tuesday morning is for strategic thinking, and so on and so on. If I keep it broad but structured, I know where my main efforts go each day. The real power: by Wednesday I will revisit that plan. If something urgent pops up, I shuffle tasks around, but I don't lose sight of the core objectives. This approach frees me from living in my inbox and just being reactive once being sent to me. I'm much more proactive in how I manage my work instead of depending on the inbox and others. I also learned to handle routine emails during my low energy times, like mid-afternoon for example, when I just feel like going to sleep. It saves my best hours for deeper, more creative work. That single shift multiplied my productivity like never any other app can do. Build a life strategy. People spend countless hours strategizing for business growth, yet rarely apply the similar logic to the personal lives. But creating a life strategy, mapping your vision for health, relationships, work, and personal growth guides big decisions. You don't need every detail, just pinpoint your direction. Do you value travel, stable family time, or creative work? The vision shapes how you allocate your schedule. Once I realized my top priorities included consistent family dinners and personal learning time, I blocked them off as if they were business appointments. It worked wonders, but you can only do that if you intentionally set the priorities in your life. Measure how you integrate them all together, and then stick to your plan. Take a bigger perspective. When you are frantic in one area, say a demanding work project for example, take a step back. Does that domain truly rank at the top of your life? If not, you might be stressing yourself unnecessarily. Gaining a perspective helps you see that it might be okay to dial back intensity in that area. It also helps you focus more on something else that matters deeply, like your growth or your relationships. Reflecting on what I truly wanted made me realize I was pouring energy into tasks that weren't central to that. That shit let me invest more time where it counted, feeling more grateful and less overwhelmed. It doesn't mean that you care less about what you do, for example, in the certain project. It just means that outside of it, you don't overly stress about that. It is what it is. You will do your best. You trust yourself to do your best in order to deliver that project, but you don't overly stress about it. The wheel of life. The Wheel of Life is a classic tool. You rate each domain. In the Phoenix way, I divide it into physical and health, financial and career, family and friends, and personal development. Then you rate your satisfaction with each area on a scale, and then see if your wheel is balanced or not. You can go back to it every 6 or 12 months just to track the evolution of it. If you see, for instance, that health is lagging behind everything else, you know it is time to devote more attention here. This visual approach keeps you honest about where your time and energy is going and where it should be going. It is also motivating to see improvements in certain slices over time, but above all, it helps you prioritize the key initiatives in your life across the whole spectrum. Regular reflections and micro-pivots. By the end of each week, I do a quick reflection. Did I keep my boundaries? Did I honor my top priorities? That self-check helps me refine strategies. Maybe I realize I let one project consume all my evenings, or I ignore my plan to stop emailing after dinner. Then I tweak for the next week. These micro-pivots ensure you never stray too far from balance. Tiny course corrections made consistently lead to a sustainable, fulfilling routine. No matter what system you put in place, if you stick to it without reflection, you will eventually drop it because it doesn't feel natural. The reason this point is so critical is that it helps you adjust it to your style in life. Nothing is ever built to fit everyone. This helps you adjust any system or framework and use it to your advantage, not just blindly following it. Those 7 techniques create a powerful safety net in a busy life. But now it's time to apply this. Try these steps. Implement the Wheel of Life. Score each category from 1 to 10. No changes each quarter. You can use our framework too. You will find a link to that in the description to help guide your scoring and make it more holistic and objective. If one slice is lacking, give it a push next cycle. Use a life strategy template. Sketch out the main goals in the 4 areas we spoke about and create the initiatives to help you advance them. Then, revisit monthly so that you can see the progress or shift. Identify your top 3 priorities. First, on the macro scale, identify the key areas to prioritize. And then on the micro scale, identify what you're going to focus on during the next week. Each Sunday, decide which tasks or goals must happen this week. Focus your energy there first. Pick a shot of time. Declare it your no-work zone and protect it fiercely. Nothing can enter that area from work. And then incorporate other hacks. See what else resonates with you the most and start bringing it progressively into your day-to-day life. It will help you create your own unique framework and style of work, using those systems that resonate the most with you and just removing the ones that just don't work. Juggling a busy life doesn't have to mean perpetual chaos. By setting firm boundaries, prioritizing what truly counts, and stepping back to check your bigger vision, you can transform the stress into a stable, satisfying flow. If this helped, share it with someone drowning in to-dos, because everyone deserves a shot at thriving, not just surviving in life.